Hello and welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. The last time the team finished up with the fight they were in, defeated this creature and all of its ghouls, just in time for the guards to show up and do nothing. And then things sort of got a little political, I guess, as journalists started showing up. Wayclaw was a bit upset with, how it was all going, and wanted you guys to help smooth out the public opinion, considering a bunch of ghouls were just revealed out in the open, in the middle of the street, as well as a strange creature. After everything that has happened recently, they're kind of populace is kind of on edge. So he was pretty keen on getting that sorted out. So you guys had a little bit of a press conference to assuage some of those fears, and to offer a solution, which is to holy water people, I guess, to see if they're bad, or at least that's probably what's going to happen, as you told them that that's what's effective on them. Yeah, that was where we pretty much ended up. Was after that press conference, you got moved back inside. Yeah. What's the plan? Anyone got any burning things they want to do or say after all of that?
Where did we get to? We handed out the holy water, right?
Yes, and you were moved back inside after having finished the press conference.
Ah, press conference. Just what I want to do in D&D.
Exactly.
We have was it a changeling that we need to find as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there was something in particular we needed to talk to Wayclaw about, because we are currently in his locale.
Yes. There was... you were informed that he did want to talk to you specifically.
Well, Wayclaw, out with it, man. Come on.
Well, he's not currently in the lobby anymore. He did say that he was going to collect some funds for you, as you sort of accosted him for money.
Hey man, he sent us into the Feywild. We did what was asked. We should get paid.
Yep.
Adventuring ain't cheap. Already lucky we're friends with a wizard.
One person lost their memory. Like, jeez, that's.
We gained a person, lost a person, lost an eye, lost an arm.
Yeah, those are important.
Who lost their memory?
That was a lot of things. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see this, but IRL I'm totally doing finger guns. That was hilarious.
It was so good.
So, are you going to go hunt for Wayclaw? Is that probably the idea?
Like, we come all this way because he wants to talk to us, and then he buggers off again. Like, man can't even pay us properly.
Well, I mean, the one time of the people not being there, they're going to collect money for us. That just loiter and look disheveled in his lobby. That'll speed things along.
Is Varys a robot for anybody else?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Completely a robot, and I got half.
But I got enough context to reply with, wait, you guys are getting paid?
Oh no.
We pay good.
Uh,
We're
So you
we're
do
all
all of
getting
this
Okay.
paid.
for the money?
No, but we do need money to live. But also a little bit for the money.
Sorry. Can I be heard better now?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I heard you
Yes.
defending Wayclaw going to get us money.
Yes. That's the only time it's okay for people to not be here when we're supposed to be talking to them. Do we... Yeah. Adventuring isn't cheap, so... That's fine.
Got a
Is there? Is there like a an admin desk?
Yes. The receptionist that had pulled you back in has gone back and sat at the reception desk.
I think Jun will just kind of wander over there, looking annoyed, and kind of go, where should we wait for Wayclaw? Is there a meeting room or a...
Things have kind of been crazy around here, so I think maybe you guys should just go up to his office.
do we know where his office is?
Yeah, you guys have been there many a time.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just look at the others and shrug.
Varys gives a thumbs up, starts heading up towards the office.
Jun also heads that way.
Deborah was just following you all and counting on her fingers.
Alright. You follow them to Wayclaw's office. The door is ajar, so Ailey obviously walks right in. And I guess for you, Avril, I've never seen this office before. It is a very fancy office. It has nice furniture, nice trimmings. Has a very green motif. There's a lot of emerald satin sheets and green glass, green lights. This guy's really fascinated by the color green. But he is not inside.
How, big is the space that we're in?
Quite large. Larger than a bedroom. It has a nice seating area next to a bookcase. It has a desk laid out so that there's a big set of glass windows behind it. Yeah, rather large.
Slowly look at every detail, working my way from the floor to the ceiling, and doing the echo.
I think Jun plonks himself on a comfy-looking chair and starts rifling through a book from the bookshelf.
All right. How many of you think Ailey is going to search the desk?
I say I.
1,000% yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I don't think we can stop her. We're probably already doing it right as we speak.
Varys very obviously turns away and looks at the bookshelf.
Jun kind of looks over at her and kind of casually goes, Do you really want to piss off the hand that is paying?
And Ailey would be like,
I've already unlocked the desk.
you won't
I mean,
mind.
I'm not going to stop you, I'm just pointing it out. You can do as you will.
You won't mind, because he won't know.
Yeah.
Or if you want to take something, then be obvious and swap it for something.
Doesn't it kind of defeat the purpose of the taking?
No, because then Wakeler knows. And then it can become a game of cat and mouse.
Well, Ailey will find nothing but papers, even behind the locked drawer, and will be dissuaded and relock it and step away from the desk as if they were never doing anything with it. Unless anybody else wants to come over and see what papers they may have found.
Nah.
So are the papers in the drawer?
So Ailey unlocked the desk, pulled out a bunch of papers, started looking through them, but didn't see anything of interest to them. No money or no shiny things. So started to put everything back and is about to relock the desk. So you
Yeah.
think anybody thinks that be interested after seeing them pull out a stack of papers?
I think Jun will probably wander around behind Ailey and like peek over her shoulder whilst pretending to read this book.
Okay.
Avril has no such tact and goes, "Oh, does this person do drawings too?"
I think
Dragon's
Ailey
just
would.
gonna wander over to the door.
I think Ailey would
Casually
probably.
looking out.
Ailey would probably be like, "They don't draw very good," or something like that. These are all boring drawings. It's all just writing. Not even any big numbers or anything.
Where's the gold?
Exactly.
Writing is just boring drawing. Perfect.
It's only boring if you do it with the hand you're good at it. Look, you practice backwards and it's really fun.
But Jun, if you're going to look over Ailey's shoulder, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Sure. I perceive things.
Nice. It's really good that you are proficient in Thieves' Cant as well. So you look over the writings that Ailey has found in this locked drawer, and find that while it simply does appear just to be some boring business-related meeting notes, movements of different invoices, things general businesses would keep on file. You notice that there is some secret writing in there that pertains to basically an espionage report from Grey Swallow, the assassin that you guys had run into previously, that is on Wayclaw's payroll. It seems that he has infiltrated some enterprise in the city and is reporting on some comings and goings.
Can I tell, who?
Not from a cursory glance, you'd have to actually read through them from Ailey.
I think Jun will kind of lean over and shift the paper just enough to try and see like what the reason for the infiltration is and who it is.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
So investigating.
You're having a hard time finding understand. It's difficult to understand the reasoning behind it. There's not like thieves can't as well isn't explicit, if that makes sense. It's very contextual, so you would have to know more about it anyway to glean that sort of information. But you can tell that it is some mining company that he has infiltrated. That it is related to the mining of precious metals and spice. But not much else. And the coming and goings is that there's been a lot more spice production than other previous quarters, I guess.
I think if that's what Jim can get from it, he's going to, at that point, just kind of pull back and kind of wave at it vaguely, like as if, oh yeah, whatever, and continue his way around the room, going back to like reading his book that he's found, which is, I don't know, probably something like about the history of the city or something. I don't know, something not super.
How to win friends and influence people.
Yeah. like some how to be a political leader bullshit thing.
Exactly. Well, yep, you saunter back off. Ailey, no longer interested in this, puts it back in the desk and locks it back up where they found it. And it's probably just, looking over the shiny sheets or anything else that looks particularly fancy in the room. Anybody else doing anything while you're waiting?
I'm still hanging by the door, keeping a lookout.
Okay. Anybody else?
Did Ailey relock the drawer?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Is there anything in particular in the books that stands out?
Roll me an investigation check.
Sure. 19.
Not particularly.
Okay.
You look over all of the books. And yeah, they're all just they're mainly just business texts. Like how to be an entrepreneur, things like that. It seems like actually, one thing you will notice is that a lot of these books seem to be written by Wayclaw himself. But they all have Wayclaw as the author, but a different initial.
Oh, okay. So it's a family lineage thing.
Yeah, but what you know about
quote unquote.
Yeah, what you know about Wayclaw kind of makes you go, ah. Yeah.
So many successful Wayclaws are one Wayclaw.
Exactly. Who needs a family dynasty when you can live
7
solo?
habits of highly effective people. I will move to that.
Number 1, be a dragon, live for 1,000 years.
Yeah. 7 habits of highly effective dragons.
It's not 7 habits, it's 7 lifetimes. Shit.
Oh, okay. Seven hordes.
There's
The
a D
habit
in
is
there, I
have a
promise.
horde.
Oh, 100%. Hordes.
7 whores.
Oh, the
Anyway.
accent.
Unfortunate.
In order to be highly effective,
Sorry.
you must be rich.
Yeah. Start off by building on your parents' hoard.
Yep.
Well, we don't have one of those.
Yep.
There is something I would like to do if I may DM.
Sure.
Considering that Everill's, such a well-to-do artist, I'd like to see, is there like any art on the walls? Because I didn't find any cool pictures in that paperwork stuff.
No.
So is there like any maps or anything, like, or something funky about a picture on the wall? Or I'm looking.
Sure.
'cause
Roll me
I'm
an
smart
investigation
and I
check.
know stuff.
I mean, there is a portrait of the man himself, obviously. That is, it's not entirely incorrect. It is obviously
Oh yeah.
makes him a little bit more chiseled than he is, but that's him. And there is a map of the continent. Well, there is a map of this side of the continent. Obviously, doesn't include the Elven Kingdom. But that's pretty much all that you see. Nothing else really stands out to you.
Okay.
Okay.
One day, I'm gonna be famous enough to have someone make pictures of me.
You pictures of you. You make pictures of you.
But I make pictures of other people. And then,
You make pictures of you.
but you're only famous when other people make pictures of you.
Do you have a spare piece of paper?
The book got angry at me when I tried to take one.
Let's see what I got.
You could just draw in my book, but you gotta put your name on it, like a, what's that word? When you put your name at the bottom and it tells people that it was yours, that you done it.
I gotta mark it.
A watermark?
And make his
She's
mark
trying
or
to,
a
she's trying to say
signature.
signature. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Or John Hancock.
I'm trying to talk like a ranger, guys.
What's the word? And she's like doing it like a weird hand action in front of her face, like as if she's trying to scribble on the bottom of it and then realize what it looks like and stops.
You trying to cast a spell in here?
No. Goes very red and looks away.
Well, are you going to
Okay.
draw an image of Avril? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
Do we have something in that we can draw?
Oh, Varus would have some loose
Searching
sheets
the
of paper
bag of
because he
gold.
uses them for his ability that he has as an artificer as well.
Yeah.
He can just draw pictures randomly, so he'll hand you a sheet of paper.
Oh no, I'm literally talking about can we use Foundry to draw
Oh,
something? So yeah.
I mean, there is drawing tools, but it's not really, because I
Don't
just have to
want
clear it away. Probably
Yeah.
should just open up Paint.
Can I draw it in a journal entry?
I don't know. Let's look.
Maybe? Hang on.
No. There is, like, an image, but you'd have to upload the image. You can't just draw one.
Just
Frustrating.
do what I do and draw really weird art and post it in the Discord.
Exactly.
Yeah. Means the stream doesn't get to see, though.
I know. They can use their imagination.
Yes.
Imagination.
Okay. So I imagine that while you're doing that, you step away from the door and are no longer peering out, keeping an eye. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm no longer looking. I'm completely distracted by this.
Perfect. Well,
Also, it seems that none of us are actively stealing from Wayclaw at this moment.
no.
Unless Ailey's gone off to, yeah.
Yeah, no, Ailey's... Green's not Ailey's colour, so... Not so much. And I think they're more interested in appeasing Wayclaw. They're still hoping to get, you know, Dragon Form out of that. Anyway, while you
Yeah,
guys
this is
are...
not gonna be good because I'm literally drawing in paint with a mouse.
Perfect. While you're drawing, and while the rest of you are milling around, you all, I guess, only really Varys would notice. Maybe John. Not Ailey. No. Nah. I guess everybody but Ailey will notice that Wayclaw steps back into the room and just sort of doesn't really acknowledge you and just walks past you and sits back down at his desk. So,
I
how'd it go?
think this habit is less of a habit and more of a thing that you own. I don't like this book. And Jen puts it away.
Well, what are you, a book reviewer? You see that he is, like, visibly actually hurt by that.
Everyone's a critic.
Was it one of the books he wrote?
Yep. As I said, most of them were books that he wrote.
I'm very much realizing how little I know what Emerald looks like.
Perfect.
They've given you so many pictures.
I know! And none of them have faces.
Well, Wayclaw will produce a satchel that jingles when it's placed on the desk, which Haley will, of course, notice. They are attuned to the sound of coin. This will be your payment for now. I have extended a line of credit to your friend Zupemo as well.
Wonderful. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
He's already working on things, so that's good to know.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I've made sure that the churches in the area have also got a line of credit for the sheer amount of holy water that they'll be making.
Also wonderful to hear.
Yes. So, now, about what I have found. So, there is a mining company that is... Well, I guess you guys are aware of it in sort of a peripheral way. It is the company that owns the mine that you went to up north, the spice mine.
We went to a mine?
You were not.
We did.
You were not there at the time, Jen. I'm afraid. These three and their other compatriot went there and brought back the clockwork head of a... what did you call it? A clockwork behir?
Behir, yes.
Yes. Well, that establishment, that mine, recently came back online. As well, after you had done that, a lot more people were willing to go down there, at least temporarily. You know, they brought a lot of guards. There was a whole thing. Needless to say, they started pulling spice out of there again. Then they found a vein, a spice vein, that was much more abundant than previous ones they had run into. Pulled a lot of that out and found what they thought was a diamond vein behind it. And as it turns out, it was actually a temple. A temple to a diamond dragon.
Okay.
And...
The dragon's name.
Ah.
Yes. And once they opened that up, they were attacked again.
Oh.
But not
by
clockwork creatures. An unknown.
Okay.
An unknown. Unfortunately, miners aren't exactly well versed in dealing with many creatures, so they weren't able to provide much in the way of information. But they were attacked, and well, that's it. But hearing about this specific temple obviously got me thinking about your hunt for Jensen. So I employed another team of adventurers that had recently come into town.
Another team of adventurers.
Well, you guys were, off doing stuff. So
I am wounded, Wayclaw. You have others?
they're very fresh. And of course, they were only going to be paid upon return, and they have yet to return. So,
How long has it been?
well, you left, 10 days ago? 11? It's been about 3.
Takes that long to replace us, huh?
Damn.
Well,
Rough.
I mean, I was planning on getting more and more adventurers to deal with, the many number of clockworks that have come online around here. There's more than the temples that you have, more than the ruins that you have gone into that have come alive already. You can't be expected to deal with every problem, now can you?
So who started mining in this empty space? Or abandoned mine, should I say?
Well, there is I guess there's no need to sugarcoat it. Belgalore owns one of the mining conglomerates, and it is that mining conglomerate that purchased this mine from the previous owners. And,
Who runs it now?
well, at the head of it all is Balgalore, obviously.
The man that was murdered.
No,
Yeah,
sorry, not Balgalore. That's on me. No, sorry, it was owned by Balgalore. It is now currently owned by the guy who took over from Balgalore.
Dud Crowlin?
Correct.
Joy.
As he accumulated a lot of his holdings. And yes. Now, the obvious reason for restarting the mining operation was to accumulate more spice to power his weapons of war. And, well, at the very least, this event has put a stop to some of that. But there are other mines that he occupies, and we are absolutely doing our best to infiltrate those and find out anything we can.
Sensible.
But
I
as it
dislike
stands,
this man.
you and me both. At the very least, his giant clockwork experiment didn't go quite the way he wanted it to. I'm sure you had a hand in that.
Yes, that was not ready for field testing.
Not
Stomped on all of his own people.
Yes, and it turns out that there was, well, there was quite a little bit around that, but needless to say, they're not working on that so far any further. There's been no more orders to any smithies for creating pieces for another one. So
Good.
I think I'm not sure if it was just too expensive to make, considering what happened to it, or what, but
Probably.
yes. But that does mean that spice is going to be on the number one thing, as it is a valuable commodity, and it can power many different weapons of war.
Yes.
April's gonna tug very gently on Jun's elbow.
Yes, child.
Psst. What's this? What spicy stuffs? Don't you just put that on food? How does it make war?
Ah, this is special spice. Ask Varys about it.
Okay. Like,
It's a 1,000-yard
now?
stare in one eye.
Like right now or later?
Jin gets like this little wicked grin on his face and kind of looks towards Varys and goes, "Oh, should we?" And he pulls out that half pouch of spice that he still has from long ago when he, I believe, caused an explosion with it.
Oh.
Yep.
Is Varys like looking at him or staring off into it?
He's staring off into like a wall, but is looking past and through it.
Okay.
So not paying attention.
Yeah. Jun will put away his packed scythe and kind of kneel down next to Avril and kind of open the spice pouch a little bit and kind of go, "You see this? It's quite magic. Don't do
Ooh.
other magics around it. They interact weirdly. Don't put it on anything magical."
As you're
That
talking,
does-
I'm like reaching towards the pouch, and then I changed my mind based on what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes, it powers stuff. It powers Crash.
More like overpowers, thanks.
Well, that.
Wait, you're made out of spicy?
Kind of.
It's infused in the metal, is it not?
Yes.
I would like to sniff the bag of stuff. Not huff, like I'm not trying to breathe deeply, but I am trying to sniff.
Someone's already made that mistake.
Because
Hey, it wasn't a mistake.
Avril is
Not letting the child do drugs.
Avril is not attempting to huff in any way.
Yeah. Scent, not snort.
Brain has not made the connection for her yet of this stuff is not the same stuff you put on food. So she's like, well, surely it smells nice like spicy things, right? So she goes to lean forward and try to breathe in.
You're right. Roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh god. I was waiting for a constitution check, to be fair. I'm so smart. I'm so smart.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be making a constitution check if you huffed it.
Definitely would be.
Oh, I had to do an Arcana. When I did it.
I love that this has happened before.
It was done very much on purpose, and it absolutely could have killed me, but I got a nat 20.
Basically,
Oh,
yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah.
So, you're not huffing it, obviously. You're sniffing it. It smells like ozone.
Oh, yep.
Like you feel it as just even the tiniest of particles into your nostrils. You feel it feeling static electricity, like passing through them. And then all of a sudden, it smells like smoke. And then the smell of burning human flesh.
Oh, good.
But not your own.
Okay.
This is a familiar burning flesh smell.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
And yeah.
Based on your description, I feel like that's probably tickly enough. I would like to sneeze. For flavor, if I sneeze, is it gonna like do me a wee poof ball of fire? I'm deliberately not aiming at the bag. Just want to clarify that now.
I think
Just because I heard that DM giggle, so, like, I am leaning back before I sneeze.
I think as soon as Jun realizes that she's kind of going for a sneeze, he's gonna snatch the bag away and do it up and put it away.
Yeah, you get you get enough time to at least get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Varys absent-mindedly pulls up his shield.
And snot ends up on his shield.
Better than my face, I guess. And he just starts cleaning it off.
Well, you are gonna like. It's gonna be a firebolt, essentially, right?
I mean, like, on an unintentional... Like, I'm not intending it to be big enough to do damage. Just a poof ball that goes like a foot. Like, I'm not intending for it to singe the carpet. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I understand.
Just that flavor.
Yep. Well, you get an applause from Ailey.
For flaming snot on Varys' shield.
Yeah. But just from breathing fire, right? they're interested in that.
And because I'm still young enough that this is totally logical. I'm gonna wipe my nose real hard on the back of my sleeve, and then realize I am being observed, and put my sleeve behind my back and go bright red.
Jun is nonplussed.
Yeah, Jun's nonplussed because they definitely do it too.
Yeah.
I picture Jun as saying their favourite snot wiping place is like the inside of the front of their shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I just realized how much I based Jun off my ex.
Oh no!
No.
Oh dear.
No!
I'm so sorry.
And art imitates life.
Oh
I just had
no.
this mental image of him doing exactly that.
Me, hey DM, did you have a fun session planned? I'd like to argue about a bag and then sneeze fire.
Yeah.
I mean, we have found some of the mystery stuff.
Okay, I found some mystery stuff.
Good.
So, well, it was fun. Here's your money. I guess you guys will be on your way to check out this temple. Hopefully, the press conference went well.
I did my best impression of a political wanker. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Then
Great.
I didn't talk, which was good.
Perfect. Anything else I should know?
We did spend a lot of time telling people that the war was making things worse.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if that. We'll see if anybody believes that.
Well, it's fucking true.
Yep. But
If-
yeah.
But
Sorry, Varys.
I did.
No, it's okay.
I noticed that that your office walls don't have many. I'm literally holding my hand in the air while I address them.
Yep.
You've got not many arts or paintings and stuff. Would, if you ever wanted more art stuff, you should tell me, and I can make you like a cool thing, like.
and I'm just like vaguely gesturing to the wall as if I was going to paint a whole mural.
Okay.
You know, because you need more stuff in here. Make it like all elegant and stuff for when people come visit you.
Sure. Well, if I want to commission something, you'll be on the list.
Yay! I mean, thank you.
Wakefall,
Yes.
if we take out Dad Grolin, is there another to take his place?
Yes.
Is this going to be an ever? Oh boy. Can you give me a chain of command? Because we gotta figure out who needs to die.
You just planning on just cutting these people out one by one?
I mean, if I have to repeatedly cut the neck of the Hydra so that the Hydra gets the point, then maybe...
It would be more efficient to sever all the heads at once.
That's true.
The sooner we can get rid of this Hydra of war, the better.
True.
Well,
I wonder...
the truth is, I'm not sure about the full chain of command.
Okay.
And considering who we're dealing with at the moment, I'm not sure if killing them all would necessarily be helpful.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm sure that the god of the dead could probably do something about that.
True. True.
And I imagine that if these people haven't already sold their soul to him, that putting them in his domain would probably, help him with that.
Speed that up. Yes, fair. Traumatized, but alive.
Having the chain of command may still be useful. There has to be some way to kill this metaphorical Hydra, even if it's not literal killing. and understanding the organization better might give us some ideas.
Yes. Well, I do have many agents currently on this task. There is an event coming up, a sort of ministerial ball, if you will, a masquerade, maybe, of sorts, that you could use to rub shoulders with some of these people. I was planning on doing it myself with my own agents, but one of you can literally change into any shape they need to, so that could be helpful.
Almost.
Well, just a thought. It is in a couple of
I'd-
days, so
I'd be happy to wear a different skin and learn about some locals. In a couple of days, how many days?
I think it's in a week. Yes.
Do we have time to go to this mining location and come back?
How many days to Copper Night and back?
Coppernight?
Is that not where the mine was?
No,
Sorry?
no. That's north of here.
Ah.
It's the I can't remember what it's called. It's a mining town north of here. Past the graveyard where you fought the zombie dragon.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. It's about a day's. I think it was about half a day's journey. But you guys walked previously, so you can probably make it quite quickly. And no, you did take a carriage last time. Or did you bring one back?
That was a laden carriage that we brought back because we had a fair amount of spice on board there.
That is true.
Well, go
So,
north, sort some shit out, come back, 3 days max.
Oh, has somebody kept an eye on the house while we were gone?
yes, I have had people keep an eye on it. It has not been, well, not to my knowledge, has it been infiltrated?
Okay. I feel like we should set up some traps.
Okay.
Sorry, just thinking out loud.
Fair enough.
This party at this mine, do you want us to rescue them, report back on their whereabouts? What's the objective there?
Well, I'm not too sure who's going to be there at this stage. We'll know more when we get close to the time, but I imagine it will be simply just getting names and faces of particularly interested parties. It might help you understand the organization a little bit better. But it also may be a good way of politely interrogating some people about their interests.
Indeed.
Especially if you have, magic or other means of getting information out of people.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right then.
Jen was asking about so at the mines, the adventuring party that he already sent that
Yes.
haven't returned, what does he want us to do about that? Does he want us to like go find them deliberately?
Yes, if
And, like,
you... Well, they were specifically supposed to be going there to investigate this temple and find out what killed the miners and attack them. If you do happen upon them and they're alive, rescue them if possible. If they're dead, well, come back and tell me.
Loot the corpses.
Sure.
You hear that, Ailey? We have permission.
Well, they're not going to use it anymore, are they?
While we're speaking,
Mm-hmm.
have you heard of a man around town, Win Kararan? Kararan?
It is a familiar name, but I'm not too sure who... Maybe it was a long time ago that I've heard that.
He's potentially been around for a while.
Oh?
I'm just looking to find him. He might
I
be
see.
difficult to find.
In what way?
No. In the same way that you have dynasties of books that have been written by your family. And
So,
that
a long-lived creature of some sort, yes?
one who changes faces. Perhaps a little more like me.
Ah, I see. Well, there have been known to be other interested parties around here from less than human walks of life that I have run into from time to time. But if it is the person that I'm thinking of, they haven't been around for a very long time. So
I suspect that they have,
oh,
and perhaps under another name.
well then. Yes, tracking down a changeling who doesn't want to be found is quite difficult.
Well, if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them, but it's good to know that at least he was here at some stage, at the very least.
Yes. So, yes, I believe at the time he was trying to infiltrate the ministry. Trying to set him up a place much like my own within the council. I suppose he could have succeeded under a different alias, a different personhood. But I generally do quite thorough background checks on anyone at my level. So, at least to find out if they're, not who they say they are.
That's very wise. No, that is helpful information to know, at least in the past, what his objectives have been.
Yes. In fact, if it is this person that I'm thinking of, and they have somehow managed to get past me, or at least put themselves in a similar position, then you might indeed find them at this ministerial ball as well. If you know how to find them, of course. Not easy. Not an easy thing.
We have some ideas. But, we'll see. Please, obviously, don't let wind of this conversation.
Of course.
Yeah.
Will that be all?
I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. Jordan goes back to pretending to read a book.
Anybody else? Anything else? No?
I mean, amongst all that, Thrakus just handed the drawing to Avril, just casually.
Is it performance check time, or is it just, oh my god?
It's up to you. How does Avril react to that?
That will depend on the art skills, I think, as to
I put it in the
give you a
chat.
good reaction.
Yeah, take a look at the...
Oh, hang on, I gotta open the thing. My phone did not alert me. Oh, I love it. Am I famous now?
Yeah, that's what that means.
Cool. Thank you.
And then is gonna like kind of lunge forwards
Ah.
and wrap their arms around your waist, including their head, like full on waist height hug. Basically squeezing whatever you had for breakfast upwards.
And I'm okay. I catch you. It's okay.
Yeah. And just thank you. I love it. I've never had a picture before. Like just extremely excited.
Jeez, anytime, kid. Like,
Okay.
Thrakus is very uncomfortable with this level of intimacy.
Mm-hmm. It's just pulling at the collar. Ugh.
Has ever like have I noticed that you're uncomfortable? Probably not. I will hug for an inappropriate amount of time, probably around 30 seconds, and then I will let go. And be like, that was the nicest. Thank you.
Jun has completely given up pretending to read the book and is just openly grinning at this interaction and how uncomfortable Thrakus is in that, like, sibling kind of antagonistic way that you grin when something happens to your sibling that's like, hehehe.
I'm just gonna see if Thrakus notices that. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. Thrakus is just gonna, like, throw some... Let's see. Nah, I wouldn't throw that. I'll just throw some, like, ration bits at Jun. Start,
Jun
like
will-
little bits just pelting him.
Jun will grab them and, like, eat them.
Codswallop then does big puppy dog eyes and is like, ooh.
He feeds some to Codswallop, of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
And he'll look at Wayclaw and go, do you hear that, Wayclaw? You could commission a famous artist.
Indeed. Right. Well, it has been lovely to see you all again.
Likewise.
But I do have other appointments. So, when we get back...
Your other adventuring parties?
Yes, actually. So if you
So brazen about it.
you know how this works, it is simply a business relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sure Ailey feels the same way.
make me a dragon. No. Now leave.
I'm such a little shit tonight. I love it.
When you get back, I would very much like to know more about this interaction you had with the Lord of the Hells and what that could mean for the number of allies that we currently have.
Oh.
Yes.
Ferris just remembers the mace that he saw in all of its horrific evil glory in his eyes. And he just looks real sad.
Yes. Basically, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right? So.
I don't think that math's quite right.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes they're both my enemy.
Yes.
Sometimes
well,
it just
we'll have to see.
means you have more people punching you.
Yeah.
Maybe
Sometimes
we
it's
could...
like 3 people all punching each other and it becomes this weird punch whirlwind and it's just not fun to be in.
like a triangle of exchanged punches.
Yes. Ideally,
Yeah.
we would not like to be in that situation. And if you have had some assistance from him before, perhaps he would be willing to at least not punch us in the face and help us punch the Black Sun in the face. Yes?
I mean, I'm certainly open to finding that out.
Yes. But that is for a discussion for another time.
Told him no. I already told him no.
Okay. Anyway.
And honestly, with the amount that you're relying on us, it'd do you well to not talk down to us. As if we were children.
Hi.
As if all of us are children.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
You hear the door behind you slam closed.
Jenna's thoroughly bemused.
And
the door's unlocked, right?
it might be, but you don't have time to check that out before what happens. Give me just a second. I need to check this.
Look, my knee-jerk reaction is to thaumaturgy, bang it back open.
Sure. You try to thaumaturgy it, and that nothing happens.
Fuck, it's locked. Should say that out loud.
Right.
Where is he? What's his thing here?
I mean, I did
Alright.
already say, let's not piss off the hand that paid us, but, you know, whatever.
He's the one pissing off the people that he literally pays to bite.
Alright. All of you need to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. So you can't really
Be
point
a
this at
magical
one.
asshole.
You can't really point this one at a single person.
Is this a fair effect?
It is a fair effect.
It's probably
Okay.
gonna be pointed at the
Terrible.
correct person, though.
So...
Judging so far. Does Codswallop have to? I'm guessing Codswallop
Yes,
has
well,
to.
Codswallop will also have to.
Because if he gets the dog, I'm
I think
going hand.
Sorry, is it a charm effect?
it's not a charm effect, no, just a fear effect.
Okay.
Not scared of nothing can.
Yeah, Codswallop has advantage on this. He's brave.
Yeah, he's
Hell
a
yeah.
brave boy. Advantage. So brave.
Yeah.
So smart.
And I think for this specific effect, No, Ailey's doesn't get advantage on that. And it's a wisdom saving throw,
doesn't
so
have the
and it's
enemy.
not damage.
Right,
And yeah,
this
not your
is
hero.
no shade to Ailey at all, but this is a genuine question prompted by that statement.
Hmm.
How low does one's intelligence have to be before fear is not a factor? Like I said, not a
We
slight
used
at
to-
Ailey.
No, we used
Not-
to have
not
a
a-
party member, but that was actually an issue.
Yeah, basically.
That's very cool.
So,
I get advantage on saving throws against being frightened from draconic defiance.
Ha!
perfect. That is relevant.
Nice.
Because to the comment, don't talk down to us like children. Wayclaw's hands become dragon claws, and he slams them down onto his desk, and he very, very briefly, like for only a second, his upper torso becomes that of his emerald ancient dragon form, which kind of explains the size of the room all of a sudden, as he's barely able to fit inside of it. And Thoricus, Avril, and Varys, and Ailey are all
Fuck's sake.
deeply frightened by this, as he says in his booming dragon voice, "You are children to me." And then goes back to being himself and says, "I have spent far too long and far too much money on many more adventurers and greater adventurers than yourselves. Please do what needs to be done to save these people and this place, if not yourselves. Now leave."
He has a point. Thank you for our payment and your information and our next task. And Jun will kind of take everyone, because like everyone else is afraid, right?
Yeah, it's just you
Except Cos-
and Codswallop who successfully made that save.
So I think he'll like gather everyone up, like, which is in a way that is super weird coming from him, where he's like, in the way that like a parent kind of ushers, you know, groups of children out of a room in a kind of caring, but also like, I've got so many bodies to move kind of way, will like usher everybody out of the room. And Codswallop will probably help.
Yeah,
And
in like a herding dog fashion. He'll like
yeah.
push everybody along.
And then, yeah, Jun will just, like, act like everything's normal, like, good day, have a lovely afternoon, you know, we'll get on with it, you know, walk out. I assume everyone else has to run?
So, being feared, I think...
We can't move towards.
Yeah, you can't move towards for sure, but I think you can move normally otherwise. I'll just confirm that. Give me a second. Status. Feared. Ability checks and attacks. You have a disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls when the source of the fear is on the site, and you cannot approach. So yeah, so you can move fine away, but you know, I'd say for the initial moment, it kind of feels like he's everywhere, considering you're in his, you know.
But also, how do you usher us out because the door's locked?
So when Jun approaches it, he finds that it is unlocked, like Wayclaw has immediately re-unlocked it after you attempted to, you know, yeah. once he told you guys to leave, he unlocked it for you.
Jordan is like shitting himself, but pretending that he's not and everything's fine. He's like obviously made the wisdom save not to have the frightened condition, but he's still like, I'm having to manage a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like ushering everybody out, like, I'm not a leader. I'm just a guy who puts on personas. Just
a
ushering
dude.
everyone out, like internally being like, I'm out of my depth.
Yeah. Well, I will say, for flavor, you guys all, you just like feel the wind sucked out of you, basically, right? You feel like a weight on your chest. You're having a hard time breathing, just by the sheer presence of what you just felt. So even though you can move normally, it does still take you a push to get moving and get out of there. But the moment that you are out and the door is closed between you and Wayclaw, you can finally breathe in, and you all take a big deep breath in.
And Jun is going to use, use Fiendish Vigor to give himself some extra temporary hit points.
Cool.
Because he's like, yep.
I also forgot that Crash should also have this. But he is also brave. Well, he also fails.
Sorry, buddy.
So, yeah. Everybody. Except for Codswallop and Jun.
I feel like Jun's been screamed at in far more terrifying ways by Null in the past. And he's like, oh, dragons scream at you, that's normal.
Yeah,
Like, at least it was just a dragon and not a dragon god.
that is true. And I think Ailey's probably just reliving some childhood trauma as well. So, there's that.
Yeah. I think as we leave, Jun will kind of just like check in with everyone a little bit. Like he'll gently kind of pet Avril on the shoulder and kind of squeeze Varys's shoulder and kind of look at Theriakis and like poke her playfully and like.
Oh, I don't think you would if you saw a look on Thorax's face. She's
Okay.
pissed.
Maybe he just looks at Theriakis and kind of nods. And then like he's just kind of like having a little interaction with everyone to be like, how are you doing? But like in a real low-key way.
Everyone has like the stankiest sulk face on right now. Like full pout. It is taking active amounts of energy to keep their face this pout.
You can see that Varys is trembling, but it's hard to tell whether or not it's from fear or rage. Honestly, probably both.
Shall we go get a drink? What's a good pub that we like near here?
You probably shouldn't choose one we like.
Fine, what is the grossest, stankiest, you know, dive bar that we dislike near here?
We can ask around.
Okay.
But surely we've like, the party has probably visited a couple of like.
There is a single pub that you guys have been here before.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe
this,
any other pub.
Yeah, in the city, not a whole lot of pub crawling.
Weird of them,
Time to
honestly.
change that.
Okay. You walk down the stairs to the reception area, and you can see that there are a few people out here trembling, quite possibly having heard that loud voice from upstairs, or at least felt just the sheer presence of that.
John's still acting like everything's fine.
Yep. You do notice sitting on the waiting chairs a couple of water genasi. It's been a while since you've seen genasi, any of you. I don't think Avril's probably ever seen them, but they are like pale blue people with pale blue hair, very shiny hair, that sitting there in what appears to be ranger and rogue gear, sort of partially trembling from what occurred upstairs. It seems like they're the next appointment.
Varys makes eye contact with one of them and just says into their head, "Good luck."
You see them like give like the slowest of understanding nods and like grip their partner's hand tighter.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Ooh. Or maybe not.
Well, you see them.
Do you have a favorite pub in the area?
Who are you asking?
The Water Genasi as they kind of head off.
They look up to you, look over to you specifically, and look between them and look back at you and go, we just got here.
I'll ask the staff.
You mean you're going to ask the reception?
Yeah.
Favorite?
Or just one you go to regularly.
There's one around the corner. Head left. You can't miss it.
Thank you. We're off for a drink. And then we'll continue walking out, and as soon as we get outside, he's like, right, we're not going there today. We are going somewhere else, and we are going there later.
Okay.
Because we don't want to have a little bitch about anybody in front of ears. We're going a different part of the city. But we do want to get potentially rumours at a later date, and if that's where the public servants go, that's where we will pick up the gossip.
If we are going to be heading to a Temple of Jinsen, I should stop in and see Tesolo, because he will have hopefully that statue, and we can leave that as offering. So we left the diamond at the last one, so hopefully this will also be worthy, I guess.
So, Stormwatch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to solo then drinking?
We can do either way.
I feel like the mood of the group is very like,
Yeah. Varys is fairly confident in his buddy witness with Tesolo that he's not going to mind if he shows up outside of business hours. So let's go get some drinks.
Okay.
yeah. We'll go find a dive bar where it is unlikely that public servants are hanging around that, you know, just so that we can feel free to be like, oh my god, what the fuck? And without worrying about being overheard.
Fair enough. So, the bar that the team is aware of is in this general direction. It had a live show, specifically of a blue tiefling named Trick. That
Oh, Trick Solely.
yeah.
It better not, because he's gonna get stabbed.
You don't know what I mean. As far as you haven't seen him in a while, since
Since we told him to get wrecked.
no, I think you've heard tell of him from somebody. Yeah.
Oh, he was working with somebody else at one
Yeah.
point, wasn't he?
Yeah. Otherwise, the only thing that may point to him is the fact that Thrakus has got a blue tiefling's hand.
Oh. Oh.
I have that on me.
Oh no, the
That makes
middle
so much
finger
more
wet specimen. That's the one.
Sorry?
Makes
You've
so
got a
much more sense
finger.
that's the hand.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the full
that-
hand. I think it was just the finger.
It's the middle finger that is a wet specimen, but I thought that I had put that in our house.
I'll check if it's at the house.
Was it? Because it was like a smaller piece of a larger, limb, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I literally took the middle finger,
Yeah.
as a wet, and it's a wet specimen, so it's fragile, so it's not something she wanted to keep carrying with her. She would have left it at the house if we've been there between then.
You had been there between them, but I don't think you
Yeah.
did leave that there. It's not on the list.
Why isn't it on the list?
Well, I mean, you might have left it there, but it wasn't put on the list, so. You've definitely been there between then and now. So. So it's fine if it is there. Either way,
Okay.
that is the only hint to possible whereabouts of Trick. But that was where you met him. Was this bar over this direction. There is also something that probably serves alcohol that isn't necessarily a bar, which was a smoking lounge where Thrakus and Ailey first had their spice experiences. And
Run in with the Thieves Guild?
yeah, and a run-in with the Thieves Guild down in Stormledge, just a few doors down from.
Were we told we weren't welcome there again?
But you have kind of since then really messed up the Thieves Guild, so you don't necessarily know who that's owned by anymore.
Yeah, true. Whatever. No,
They kept throwing bodies at us, and we just kept bodying those bodies.
Exactly.
that sounds like we did something else with them.
I mean, you did dump a whole bunch of heads on their front doorstep, so that is
We-
kind
we
of
gave-
bodies, I guess.
We gave
Is that
the
how
Thieves
you-
Guild head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Sure did get all up in that Thieves Guild.
yeah. But yes, when you get outside into the square, you turn left and see across this this grassed area that there is a bar over here. It's very obvious. That's exactly why she said you couldn't miss it.
Jin will take note of it for when they want to go looking for Wind Craven.
Cool.
Does it have a name?
Let me check. It is just called the Field.
Oh. Right. I think. Yeah, we'll just head in maybe vaguely in the direction that Varys's who was
To Solo's shop.
Yeah. And
See
like
if we can
find a
find
bar on the way. Yeah. Rather than showing up at a bar that we have history with
Or going to the public servants bar.
Cool. So, getting down to Storm Lodge, but looking out for places to drink, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. Roll me perception or investigation, whichever you prefer. See if you spot anywhere that you would like to drink it.
Okay, everyone or just one person?
Anybody who wants to.
Too mad.
Rack is real mad. Hey.
Mad and looking to fix it, apparently.
The miner's looking for the drinks splash. Excellent.
the one character that
Hell
can't
yeah.
drink regardless of the species.
Who says she can't? I mean,
True.
You don't know what the rules are around here. You guys haven't been
Yeah,
children
that's
in this
fair.
area. Well, I guess
At
one of
this
you has.
I don't
Not
think
here.
Thrakus-
Not here.
Another town.
I don't think Thrakus is gonna give two shits about what's legal right now.
That's fair.
Alright. What level of dive bar are we looking for? Like, just sticky floor, sticky bar? Or people go there to have their last sort of dive
People
bar?
go to that bar to be left the fuck alone.
Okay.
Yes.
That
But also
one.
people don't go there to make like super dodgy like deals. We want
Right.
it to be like super non-eventful, everyone's just staring into their glass, sad dive bar.
Sad bar, not mafia bar.
Okay.
DM,
Yes.
I believe I may be uniquely placed, given that perception check, to find a bar that feels, quote, just like home. I'm gonna find something with the vibe of the place that I found myself in. You know exactly where I'm going with this. Because that is exactly the sort of bar where people stared at their beverages or else. If that's what I'm being described, I got told to find a dive bar. I'm looking around. That's what I'm looking for, boss.
Yep. Yeah, you're looking.
By looking for that kind of bar, I mean that I'll like step into the door, lick my finger, stick it in the wind, and go, "Yep, that's the one." Like
Yeah.
when we do find the right one.
Well,
Just like test the stickiness of the floor with your dainty shoe.
Oh yeah.
you find a place on your way that stands out to you specifically because of the sign that it has up for itself. It is
Yes.
called the Flying Rodent, and you see that it has a bat symbol. It's cut out.
This one.
Are
This
you
one looks-
sure?
Perfect.
Okay.
Suits
Well-
me.
Well, look, and then I point to my necklace, and then I point to the sign. We match.
Okay.
What does the sign say?
His bat.
What?
It's a bat, and I got a bat here, and points to my collarbone. Like, see?
But are you a bat?
No, look, the shiny.
Yes.
The
I
shiny
see.
matches.
It's very cute.
It's the
Maybe
perfect
you'll
place.
get a discount.
Look, if you look in there, everyone's looking at their glasses. We can have a good, when you speak good to other people. In there. We sit around and we speak good near each other and with our ears.
Yeah, Thrakus is already in the bar, and so is Ava.
Good bar spotting.
I'm waiting for my head to get pat at this rate with the way that John's going today.
Yeah, it's already being pat. Yeah. It's just like it started to become an instinct.
Everyone has one half of their face seems intrigued, and the other eyebrow is like, ah.
He's like, well, the head is the closest bit to touch. And it, you know, like, shoulder's a little bit further down to pet the shoulder.
Would you like a shovel, Jen?
To,
For that hole that you're digging.
he's gonna glower at. He's a scary glower.
You can make it even
Well
more
practiced.
scary.
I, in response, will stick out my tongue and directly at Jen. Because if you scare at me, that's exactly what you're getting back.
Well, you enter into this bar, and it's not everywhere you step, but when you get close to tables and to the bar, you feel your boots sticking a little bit too much to the ground. But there is, far off in the corner, a booth that is far enough from anybody else who's drinking, which isn't a lot of people at this time of the day, but there are a couple of people scattered around the bar who are indeed just staring down into their sorrows. You see that the barman is very bald and very gaunt. Like
It has a particular face with a beard. It looks strangely like other barmen I've seen before.
no, afraid not this time. No, this guy looks like stage 4 cancer. Unfortunately, he is surprisingly, surprisingly unfortunate looking. Yeah.
Given the selection of this bar, I am going to use at least the eeniest ounce of caution. I would like to walk around the bar on the pretext of checking that everyone has a full beverage and being like, hey, did you need another round? Oh no, look, you've got your glass full. And I am just checking on people's teeth and just being like, oh hey, did you need a refill? No, okay, you're good. I'm just gonna wander the circuit as if I work here.
Okay. Roll me
normal.
roll me a perception check.
Perception?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't gonna do so well twice in a row.
You do notice that a few of them are missing quite a lot of teeth.
Yep.
But otherwise, they seem pretty normal.
Yep. They're not the thing that I'm looking for, right?
Not the thing you're looking for.
Yep. Cool.
All right. And so you end up at the bar, the bartender.
Hey, I just checked. Table. How do you count them here? Table 3, I think. Once another round of grog was what they said. And my friends and I would like a round of your middle list ale, please, sir.
Middle list.
Get it.
He sounds
Okay.
like he is struggling to get it out, but is somehow moving normally.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and start trying to like find the right number of coins.
For yeah,
Jin is watching in wild bemusement, being like, "Oh, I'll let the kid do this."
well, Ailey has come up behind them and gone. Give me a bottle of any hard liquor you've got. Yes, coming right up. And we'll pour 5 ales. And then plunk up a bottle that looks extremely dirty and looks like it should have a skull and crossbones on it. And plunk that in front of Ailey. And we'll go, that will be, and then like thinks for a moment. 8 copper. And for you, a silver. And we'll point at Ailey.
I'll just get out enough coins for both of us.
Okay.
This one's on me, boss. These are, I think my kind of people.
All right. She'll grab her, her liquor, quote unquote, and her ale, and alternately swig each one of them as they go and sit down. You're left with 4 mugs of ale. That certainly smells like ale. You just gonna bring that back yourself? Yes.
Yeah, I will absolutely do my bestest. Stacking up them. I've totally carried ale in a bar before. I've got this.
Okay. And you've taken off 1 silver and 8 copper.
I have not, because I'm so good at math. I would definitely rely on someone else to help.
Okay.
Yep.
45 silver and
Thank you.
16 copper. Okay.
Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, you have no trouble bringing those back to the table. Where I let everyone else decide their reaction to the fact that a teenager was able to purchase alcohol, no problems, no questions asked.
Liz, we're in.
Jin has no reaction. He follows her back to the table. He's gonna look at Thrakus and go, "Do you have what's it called? Detect poison and disease?"
Yeah, but I don't have it prepared.
Is it? Something about the way he talked about the drinks made me wonder. But who knows? We'll give it a go.
To be fair, detect poison and disease is a bit broad because it's within 30 feet of you, and I think there would be some of that. Just looking around. Especially the disease.
Aileen knows their drinks. So
He is a brewer.
they are a brewer. Yeah, I don't think they need any roll. They've swigged enough ales in their time to be like, well, it's pretty bad, but it's not poison.
Works for me. Jonah will like slide in there and take a swig.
Thragus just completely downs one.
Yeah.
Is there a corner that is obscured from?
Yes,
like
so
we're,
you
we're
guys
in the
have-
corner booth, but
Yeah, so you're pretty well obscured from the rest of the place.
cool. Can we take stock of the coinage that we got and then split it up for the party?
Sure.
Alright.
You don't want to put it in the bag of holding?
Yeah, we can. I just wondered how much we got.
Well, you got a grand total of 2,000 gold pieces
Ooh.
and
Oh, we can split that.
100 platinum pieces.
Nice.
I put that in the bag of holding. Would you like to split that?
I'll let someone else do the math on splitting that.
Y'all can't see it, but my thumb is squarely planted on my forehead. Thank you.
Well, do you want to split it five ways right now? Is that...
This is what I was curious about, was whether y'all were going to give a fair payday to the person who hasn't been here for that long.
I don't see
I'm
why
not asking in character. Like, I am just genuinely curious out of character how that will play.
Yeah,
I think Jonah's also curious.
Sorry, how much? How much was it?
2,000 gold pieces and 100 platinum pieces.
That's a fucking lot
Oh,
of money.
I was not paying enough attention because I was like, what the fuck do you mean the drinks cost that much? Let's have it a moment.
No.
Yeah, I would say we would split it between all of us, but that
Yeah.
also includes Crash.
Does the...
I don't
Crash,
need any
do
money.
you want? Okay.
Is
If
your
you
money
need
dead?
anything, you can. Yeah, exactly. If you need anything, you just ask. The Bank of Varus is always open to you. Though I reserve the right to not have any money sometimes because gun stuff is expensive.
Understandable.
I'm just hearing Ailey in my head going, you operate at the bank!
Don't. Absolutely not.
Another way that we could do it is we could split it in 6, and 1 6 would go in the bag of holding for emergencies.
I like that.
Or
Okay.
we should
And,
probably
like,
have a
shared
party slush
expenses.
fund anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Stuff
dividing
like
it by
potions
6.
and things.
Dividing by 6 isn't a round number. In fact, it's kind of a figurative number. So how do you want to divide it
What
entirely?
should the drinks cost?
Minuscule amount.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Already paid for, I think.
Yeah.
as well.
Silver and 8 copper. So, split 6 ways.
Mm-hmm.
The gold would come out to 333.3 recurring. So, how?
How about we go 335 to each of the party and then the remainder in the bag of holding?
It'd be 332 to each of the party. Because 333.3 recurring. Yeah?
You want the bulk to go to the bag of holding? Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
I was... Yeah.
Okay.
It's much
It's
of
like-
muchness.
We can't. I don't fucking know, man. It's too late to be doing math. Why are we doing math? We get the computer to do our rolls. We just, it's like.
Okay. So 332 to everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because
so,
it's close enough, and then
And
the
it's
bag
the
of holding
fairest.
gets a little bit of extra. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
so the bag of holding would get. What is that? Man, no, I can't do math. The bag of holding would get 330. No,
One.
that doesn't make sense.
No, it would, because 332 times 5 is 1,660. And then we go 2,000 minus that,
Yeah, 340.
340.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Cool.
Are we also splitting up the platinum, or is that gonna...
We could go 15 platinum for each member of the party and then put the rest into slush fund.
Cool.
So 333 gold each and 15 platinum.
When you'll start pushing an even-sized pile Everill's way, you're just gonna get, huh?
That's yours. It's your share.
Fucking
What-
okay,
Just
so what are we getting each?
333 gold and 15 platinum.
332.
Oh, 332? Okay.
Yeah.
And 15
My
platinum.
bad.
Because of the weird recurring number.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Cool. And then
And the bag
I
of
have
holding is going to get 25 platinum.
yes.
Sure.
Yeah, because it'll be 75 for 5 of us to have 15 each, and then 25 left over to go into the bag of holding.
Perfect. Right. Sure. Haley's is up to date.
Just hear Thrakus counting gold and murmuring like, is this the right amount? Oh god, I didn't... Because she's still worried about mimic gold.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a valid concern. Have you dealt with platinum before, Avril?
You might want to whisper that.
Good question.
Sorry, yeah, that absolutely was in
Yeah.
your head. Varys is not dumb enough to say that out loud, I just am.
Yeah.
DM,
Right,
I
wait,
can't
but-
actually remember.
Yeah, you've definitely you surprisingly have dealt with some significantly large amounts of money. So this doesn't it would no, I think it would come to quite surprise it to everybody else how much
Okay.
you're not nonchalant about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've still got the bits on my jacket too.
Yeah, but this is yours. It's, you know, you helped us out, so fair share of the money sounds fine to me.
Oh, okay.
I think
I'm
you
just
did
gonna, like,
actually take
group it into
the
Oh,
one
I
gold
did. I took
patch.
the. Yeah, it's the 100 gold patch. That
That's
one.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I do too. I'm staring at the number of patches I have left right now.
Mm.
Yep. Oh, that one's gonna come in useful. Can't wait to use that. I'm like, pull out another pouch that has some coins still left in it, and like jangle more coins into it. Put that one away. Get out another one. Put the next lot in. Like, they're in like 10 different places around my body.
Please stop jingling in this place. I feel like that's gonna call people.
Oh, it's okay. I know how to deal with these people.
Okay.
If any of them come near us, I mean, you know, it's worked for me in places like this before.
Varys's one visible eyebrow disappears into the band of his eye patch as he looks very confused from what you can
Well-
see of his face.
Look, I used to know this bar that was just like this one, and, you know, if people showed up that weren't supposed to be there, they were usually either people who were just people who needed a payday, and they're pretty easy to deal with, or they had too many teeth, and then you just open the curtains and use it magic, and then it's fine.
They were vampires.
I mean, you had to use, like, magic and stuff, and then wooden bits, but yeah. I
Wooden
figured
bits?
that's why. Yeah, you kind of you pick it up and then you put them, and I point to Varys's sternum and then to their eye socket, and I'm like, you know, like there
Oh.
or there. and you know, if you get them real good, then they don't get back up constantly. But I mean, eventually, but it takes a long time.
Oh, a steak?
Yeah.
Is that what? Okay. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
You have
So-
a real vampire thing, don't you?
Well, I mean, he was kind of the big bad guy where I was from, like, you know, him and all of his buddies.
Roll me a history check, Varys.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Oh my god, no!
Hell yeah! Halfling!
Thank god you're a halfling.
I say it so
Why
many
did I, like-
times. Lucky.
Yeah. So
Saved my bacon so many times.
So you've been putting things together for a little while about you know, Averil's whole deal, from the, you know, the ancient language that she speaks, from your history, to the stories about vampires and stuff. You remember a traveling. There was your ancestors, at least not necessarily closely related ancestors, but and not necessarily actually relative to you, but people who shared time with your ancestors and eventually came to be the main populace from the town that you are from. Had a story about a place outside of time that that all vampires came from, basically. That was their, that it was sort of a you always thought it was just like a tale to scare children, until you found out that vampires are actually real.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then when you realize you still sort of pushed it aside to be like, that can't possibly be like the origin point of vampires. It was probably just like some demon or something caused it, or some magic, you know. You just put that out of your mind, that it's not, it has nothing to do with it. But the sounds of what Avril has described so far about where they're from sounds very familiar to that story. And you feel like if you could recall that, or talk to somebody who knows more about that you can really look into it. But it's just like really scratching an itch in your brain.
Okay. I think he just sort of mutters under his breath, "Where'd the vampires come from? There's a place."
Yeah, from the place, and he had the house up on the hill, and like he would come down and freak people out and invite you to dinner, but you were the dinner surprise.
It sounds really familiar.
Yeah, that's where I'm from, and then, you know, then I fell through a portal, and then there was those bad guys that you told me about, and then I'm here. I don't really know how to go back there, but I don't really want to go back there.
You fell through a portal and
Yeah.
ended up in the Fey realm.
Well, that's what you showed me on the slideshow, where you found me with those people who were apparently not very nice.
Crash will chime in and say, from Everill's perspective, they fell through the portal and ended up in Jamie's kingdom.
That's it.
Oh,
yes,
because they
true.
forgot the... Yes, yep.
Forgot what? Oh yeah, that.
That stuff we had to remind you about with the slideshow.
Yeah.
That story is very old, though. How are you...
What do you mean?
I had heard of that place being tied, not specifically to my ancestors, but to the place that we're from. There were stories about a land of vampires, and I don't know, it's just strange. But from what I understood, it was tales from quite a while ago.
I mean, for me, it was like last week.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, I mean, but the week before that was when I, got all murdery and such, and then I took all his things, and that's how I got my hat. Well, the hat under my hat, the one, and this jacket with all the patchy bits on it.
Yeah, okay. I think Varus just sort of throws up his hands and takes a big swig from the ale.
You also remember that the Fey Realm has a lot of temporal
time dilation disparities.
Yeah.
That
So
makes sense.
it is plausible that Avril came from the very far past of your ancestors.
Oh boy.
Where's
what? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
From a failed Curse of Strahd campaign.
Oh my god! Finally.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I guess with that ripped off, with that band-aid ripped off, Crash will go, the guy, the vampire guy that she's talking about, his name was Count von Strahd. And
That dude.
this
He had the
will
house and,
immediately spark Varys's memory of the exact story, which is that there was a demiplane that was created by a very powerful, very old vampire named Count von Strahd, and that there was a team of adventurers that were long lost ancestors of yours that somehow defeated him. They never knew how, which caused the demiplane to disintegrate, and he was never heard from again, but vampires still exist in the world.
Ooh. Exciting. Hell yeah. I got it. Okay.
I told you it was dumb.
No, I got it.
I'm so proud of
Understood
you
now.
right now.
I figured it out partway through the conversation, and I was like, oh no. I put way too much thought into it.
Okay, but you've given me like 10 concepts for new characters later.
That's not it, but I will be taking it. Thank you.
Indeed. And with that, we'll finish up for tonight on that revelation. We will see.
Hell yeah.
We will see what the team does with that revelation, I guess. Next time. We'll see how the team does going back north to find out what's going on with that temple, and all that other stuff next time. Yeah. Alright. Goodbye.
Bye.